Hello. I think it should be working now. Should be working now. Yes, sirree. Is working, and here we are for yet another NewsViews. So still moving about, thinking about making it shorter, so like Zo SMA. Sounds like weird porn, but yeah, Zo SMA is something I'm thinking about. I don't know if I will. Anyways, let's get on it. Fun show today. Good evening, Phuket. Good evening, Thailand. Good evening, rest of the freaking world. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. I had an exciting one. It was good. It was cool. I don't know why I'm so full of life. It was a really, really tough day at work. But, you know, life happens. Anywho, so yeah, some interesting stuff coming up today on stream. I want to talk about Karens, man. I want to talk about Karens. I want to talk about Thailand in general. We have an American tourist having too much fun in Thailand. You can't have that. Yeah. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. This is where you get news for Phuket and Thailand. This is where you spend some time with me, maybe watching some documentaries, watching different shows. Getting copyright claimed almost every single day, but you know, it's something I want to do, so let's see how long I last before, you know, before they completely just tell me to F off, you know. Anyways, it was a beautiful pink evening, beautiful pink sunset, but I couldn't show it to you guys, unfortunately, because I got too late coming back and you know, getting online, but yeah, anyways, there's a bunch of stuff there. There you go. So apparently they're planning to open stuff up way faster than they should, but you know, we have headlines like Sandbox at risk of collapse after the surge. If you don't know what the Sandbox is a way for Phuket and different islands around Thailand to bring in tourism and, you know, get the economy a bit stabilized. But the problem is that how do you stabilize an economy when people are not fully vaccinated? I think, don't quote me on this, I think there's about like 7% of people vaccinated. So if I'm wrong on the number, please let me know. But so there's that. And then, you know, we have headlines like Sandbox at risk of collapse after surge. But interestingly, right after this, we will read another story that Econ Thai backs easing of lockdown. So think about this. On the one hand, things are all going to shit. And on the other hand, people are really happy about things opening. And it seems like both of them coming together is going to be a complete shit show. But obviously, I cannot tell the future. I can just make assumptions based on, I can make points based on my observations in the past. And this is what my mind says now. So let's see. First, I do want to check if the sound's working. Yep, it is working. So yeah, there's that. Let's go with the Sandbox story. Okay, let's increase the volume of the music a little. And am I too loud? No, I'm good. Okay. Hello. Yeah. So anywho, so first we have the Sandbox at risk of collapse after surge. People pictured in Karan Beach in Phuket. Is basically local tourism organizations have called for strict COVID-19 curbs to be relaxed to help with a quick recovery, despite authorities struggling under the weight of a new surge of up to 200 infections a day in Phuket. That's crazy. That was never the case. I think the highest we went to when the entire world was burning was about 14, 15, 16. That's from last year, and now when things are relaxed a bit to some extent, we have hit the highest ever number of infections in Phuket a day. So the president of the PTC, the Phuket Tourism Council, is let me fix this. Is it too close? No, I'm good. That's fine. So the president of the Phuket Tourism Council has said that the latest cases were not caused by tourists, but by local activities. Disease control. This is interesting because we used to blame the tourists for everything, and lately we're just blaming ourselves. Yeah. Disease control means measures should be eased to allow visitors who are fully vaccinated and passed swab tests to enter the province to boost economic recovery. The president of the Federation of Thai Industries Phuket chapter said September will be a pivotal month, which means in 2 days. It is essential to vaccinate as many tourists, as many local residents as possible to shield them from the virus. Here's the problem, buddy. We do not have enough vaccines. That is not going to happen. So when you say as many local residents as possible, you can't just sit there on your chair and blame local residents for, just like you did, just like the other guy did, that cases were caused by local activities. If nobody is vaccinated, there is naturally going to be a surge in cases, isn't it? So you can't really blame the local residents. You can blame, for one, the bright old and young people who do not want the vaccines. Who say that it's a tracker device or something, and secondly, you can blame the fact that we don't have enough vaccines. And until that happens, the surges are going to get bigger and bigger, and we will be more and more and more affected. She also said the Digital Economy Promotion Agency is expected to set up smart checkpoints to screen visitors in October. So apparently September is a pivotal month, but October is the one where, they're going to set everything up. Do the math there. The best measures must be put in place before people are allowed to enter Phuket. Not going to happen in time, lady. Chief advisor to the Phuket Tourism Council. Okay, over here is PTC, over there is PCT. Come on, Bandog Pulse. Come on. said that if the island is put under a 2-month lockdown, if the island is put under a 2-month lockdown, it could spell doom for the Phuket sandbox scheme. Foreign councils have said foreign visitors are already feeling deceived. Having arrived in Phuket, if the province is locked down again, no visitors will come at all. This is a problem because we keep on talking about more and more people coming here and then complaining about things. But I'm sorry, if you are an idiot who is traveling during a global pandemic, you deserve to be deceived. There is no way in hell anyone should go crazy trying to please these idiots. Yes, economy is going to be better. I agree. I do agree. But the economy is, in the long run, going to be much, much, much worse if we decide to open every damn thing without hardly even 10% people having been vaccinated. Now I keep on throwing that 7 to 10%. I want to see what the number actually is. How many people in Thailand have been vaccinated? There you go. 6 days ago, at least one dose. Okay, the latest one is at least, yeah, go ahead. 9.5 are fully vaccinated, right? And as of the 25th of August, which was 5 days ago, we have had 21.6 million people. 31% have had only one dose, and 6.5 million people have had 2 doses. And now we're gonna get our booster shots, I think next month or the month after. So yeah, Thailand is not ready, man. Why the hell are you coming? Go somewhere else. It just does not make sense to invite these people, but you know, we make mistakes, we hopefully learn from them, and here's fingers crossed that we actually learn from this one, because it's gonna be shit. Tourists from Bangkok in Europe will disappear during the high season. We need to strike a balance to coexist with COVID. So difficult to not be angry about this. People from Europe and Bangkok were not coming in during high season in any case for the past 2 years because prices were too high, taxis were too expensive, there were a lot of issues going on. And this is, I don't need to say the 2 years as in this past year and the year before that, like not the COVID time. 2 years before that, people had stopped coming in because of all the issues that Phuket actually has. Except now, we have decided to not fix it. We're not going to fix the problems, but we're going to say that, you know, they will, we're just assuming that they will disappear. They have not been coming here for 4 years, dude. There are other issues that we need to take care of, but we are not even mentioning that, which is a really, really, really sad thing to do. And when you say we need to strike a balance to coexist with COVID, so this is interesting. I was having a conversation, I think with my boss or something, that you do have to coexist with COVID for the rest of almost eternity, for us at least. The reason being that this is kind of like in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but I think in my opinion, this is going to be like a flu shot. You have to take it every single year. So for COVID, you will have to take COVID shots, COVID jabs every single year as well. So that is basically what it means when you want to talk about, you know, coexisting with COVID, when 100% of people have been vaccinated, and then that's how you're coexisting. Not that 9.5% people have been fully vaccinated and let's learn to coexist. That is not on. That does not make freaking sense, dude. Tourists from Europe want to dine and have a beer and wine together, but right now they can't do anything. Maybe because there's a global pandemic, geez. Many have said they have felt cheated for 3 months now. If Phuket was not ready, then why reopen? Without it easing off the curbs, all will be ruined. Oh my god! Yeah, fucking vaccinate people, dude. Vaccinate people first, and then we'll figure other shit out. Will I get into trouble for this? Local authorities are stepping up efforts to contain the surge of infections as quickly as possible. Many of the new cases were detected using antigen test kits, whose results were confirmed again for accuracy. Transmissions have increased among residents and migrant workers. With the spikes, poor migrant workers get all the freaking hate, man. With the spikes in local infections, the prospects of the Phuket Sandbox scheme may look dimmer now than when it first started. It should not have ever been started. Just saying, just throwing that out there. It should not have freaking started. We have to do everything we can to get through this difficult situation and hope case numbers will slow down. Fuck this, man. Okay, so the next headline is Econ Thai backs easing of lockdown. Employers Confederation of Thai Trade and Industry, Econ Thai, welcomes the government's easing of lockdown measures starting Wednesday. Relying on a lockdown alone will not flatten the COVID-19 infection curve. I know what will flatten the curve. Vaccinations, man. Just throwing it out there if it has not occurred to you. Authorities should follow the US, UK, and Japan as a model for how to coexist. Literally, they're coexisting with the pandemic because they have all been vaccinated. I'm not sure much about the UK. Not Japan either, but the US, yes, they are very much vaccinated. A lot of people have been vaccinated. That is why things have slowed down there in terms of infections. However, there are anti-vaxxers who do not want to get vaccinated. There are a lot of other people who don't want to get vaccinated, and that is the reason that the infection rate is still high over there. In terms of Thailand, we have not been fully vaccinated, so we are worse off. This is the US, this is Thailand. I'm sorry, this is the US and this is Thailand in terms of infections. Saying that they learned how to coexist is stupid because we cannot possibly coexist. Thailand cannot possibly coexist because we have not been vaccinated. The US can coexist because they have been vaccinated. So there's like very obvious issues here coming up, but the good thing is they've said that I think by the end of the year we'll have about 140 million vaccines, which is good, but let's see. Because the slow economic recovery and the entry of 300,000 new graduates into the job market, they have they've talked about their concerns on that. But here's the thing: these guys are not going to get the jobs because the companies that are supposed to hire them are not going to pay them anything because they have not been running properly for a couple of years. So they will not be getting their jobs if everything is open. That's just not how it's going to work. Dark red zones, which face the strictest controls, are still applied to 29 provinces, including Bangkok. And Bangkok is the one that they're planning to reopen. So do the math, think logically, and figure out, is that really the way to go? I really don't think so, but that is my own opinion. We have an American tourist, next story, who was rescued after getting injured while kayaking and climbing on rocks during freaking monsoon season. It has not stopped raining for days and days and days. So I personally have been streaming regularly now for 6 days. This is the 7th day, right? It has been raining. I've been talking about the rain constantly, and still we have people like this, who, by the way, showed up during Phuket Sandbox. And this guy, this nice old chap, was injured because check this out. This is funny. He rented a kayak. I've been there. I have made a video here as well. He rented a kayak, paddled out to the island, to another island. He was unable to make it back, and then he called the tourist police. He was 25, and he came under Phuket Sandbox. They went on a jet ski to recover him. They could see him waving us when nearby. The tourist told police he had gone kayaking from Yanui Beach out on the island Koman. While on the island, he had climbed up onto a rock and slipped down, injuring his leg. While back on shore, after being rescued, so this guy says that he had asked the kayak rental operator whether he could paddle to the far side of the island. The American was adamant that she said he could. The kayak rental operator was adamant that she said he couldn't. Perfect Phuket news. Thank you guys for the entertainment. But that is the thing though, that is the idiocracy of this, isn't it? That I mean, I have been there. I have kayaked over there during a very nice sunny afternoon. The problem is that island is kind of far. So going around it, for one. Secondly, whenever you're really close to it, the rocks are really dangerous over there. So I mean, you know what a kayak looks like and how you sit on it. So getting off it means that you have to jump in the water. And then you jump in the water, you take care of the kayak, and while the sea and the waves are going a bit crazy, that's when you have to try to climb on these rocks. And that's what this idiot did. And the problem is that there is never going to be anybody who is going to take the blame themselves. If the person said that he could, he didn't have freaking brains enough to understand that it is monsoon season. It is going crazy. It's been raining for weeks and weeks, and the tide's a bit crazy, so don't do it. I mean, I remember asking her, in her defense, I remember asking her how far I could go, and she told me to keep it a bit limited because of the waves. And this is a nice, chilled out, sunny day. I fucking listened. There's no reason to not listen. And I mean, if I didn't listen and I would get hurt or something, then that's totally my fault. But, this is Phuket tourism for you people. This is what you're coming to when you are looking into Phuket Sandbox, and you go like, oh, let's welcome all these idiots and who want to travel during a global pandemic, and when they do, then they complain, and this is all the shit that goes down then. Anyways, enough news now. Let's go to the Karens, man. Let's go to the Karens. So a friend of mine actually shared this post with me. So we'll talk about other news later as well. But she talked about this news video with me, and I think she commented on something. Jimmy Kimmel Live basically did this video on what is a Karen, and they asked younger kids about it, and this is what these kids had to say. Let's watch it, man.
Do you know what a Karen is?
Yeah.
What's a Karen?
It's a person who's really selfish and only cares about themselves, and they want everything to be for them. A rich person? A crazy person?
What's another word for a Karen?
Cow?
Do you know any Karens?
My dad's seen one, but I've never seen one in my life.
Where'd your dad see a Karen?
I think it was at a Walmart. Well, my grandparents are kind of Karens. My teacher's a Karen, and we know somebody is a Karen.
Your teacher's a Karen? Why is your teacher a Karen?
I don't know. That's her name.
Have you ever heard anybody called a Karen?
So when we were at a baseball game, this girl in
This
say
stupid
mostly
question.
ramen.
Why do Karens like ramen so much?
They just look like someone that would eat ramen a lot.
Can you do an impression of a Karen?
Okay. I want to speak to the manager because this is unacceptable. You can't come rolling down with a motorcycle down here. It's really noisy. My dogs are barking. What are you doing over there? I'm a Karen. I hate you all.
How do you think Karens should be punished so they learn a lesson and they're not bad?
I don't know. They're just gonna probably stay like this.
Forever? What would you say to any Karens watching?
Please don't sue me.
So you know what? Let's check out the comments of it. So my friend wrote here, I don't think it's fair to do that to anyone with that name. It's humiliating and called for. And the funny thing is, she has like all these likes and stuff. Let's see. Oh, they're all Karens. All of the people who have liked the comment are Karens. Oh, there's a Karen with an I, 2 of them. Oh, Nina as well. K. Yeah, so yeah, let's read a few more. I know it started out as being a lighthearted joke, but shaming in public and teaching kids it's okay to laugh at anyone called Karen is just wrong. People like you give me hope. I will never support making fun of anyone's name for any reason. Excusez-moi. Thank you. I really wish more people would see it like you do. So Zara is actually a pretty decent person. So this is wrong on so many levels. You're teaching unfounded hate to children. You're legitimizing it on TV and passing it off as entertainment, and you're basically shaming anyone who says this is wrong with, oh, stop being such a Karen. What they should have done is ask those kids, how would you feel if your name was Karen and everybody laughed at you all the time, and made them think about how seemingly harmless jokes can impact people. So wrong on so many levels. You know, this is, I do agree with this, by the way. I do know, I don't know the actual origination, the origin of the word Karen to describe a Karen. And yes, it is funny, it is entertaining, but at the end of the day, it's basically making people feel really bad about just being what they are. If I were to compare this, it would be, for example, all Muslims are terrorists. Everybody who's a Muslim is a terrorist. If you're a brown person, you're automatically a terrorist anyways. Seeing as there have been Sikhs and Indians and Pakistanis and Mexicans, who have been racially profiled in airports. I have been racially profiled multiple freaking times. But what has happened is that that's just it now. If you're labeled, if you have managed to label somebody's name or identity and used it for a very wrong, disgusting ideology to compare to, it actually is something that destroys, the humanity within, in my opinion. I do agree with Sar's comment, and if we're gonna see other, for example, this person named Annabelle is saying Karen is a beautiful name. Some basted have tarnished it. Thank you. I think you have a beautiful name too. That we have to be afraid to tell people our names because we automatically get stereotyped. This is why I don't follow Jimmy Kimmel in anything he does anymore. It's such a waste of time. That's the thing. If you stereotype somebody, it becomes really messy. There have been times I have told people I am not Muslim. because I knew that I will not be profiled because of my religion. And that's just how I've operated in the US as well from time to time, because it's something that people actually genuinely have issues with. If you're a Muslim, there's a big problem, and then they treat you a different way. And there is this. Check this out. I think I read something earlier. Denny, what a stupid name, by the way. And I just said that because she's being a bitch to Karen. I mean, if you want to, I don't know. I don't think I can get behind labeling somebody a Karen. I think if somebody is being a douchebag, then call him a douchebag. Call them the word that they are acting like. You don't need to label somebody an actual person's name. It doesn't make sense, man. Oh, this is interesting. So like RuPaul is, this, well, my friends really like them. They have this show, I think Project Runway or something. And they, apparently he said something about the whole Karen thing as well. And many women around the world are pissed off at you and the Kimmel writers, producers. How could you stoop so low for a laugh? Yeah, it's like my friend on her comment. What she said, it was that you are that it would be good to educate kids. Not everything should be for a laugh. Excuse me. But I know what people will say if they see this video. They'll be like, oh, you just need to chill out. Yeah, sure. But on the other hand, I have been placed in situations as well where I wasn't able to, I was stereotyped, I was called a name, and that's a huge problem. And chilling out is not something you can do after you call stupid names by stupid people, regardless of anything else. So yeah, good job, Sahar. Keep fighting the good fight, and hopefully we can, if somebody is acting like a Karen, we can basically just say instead in the future, you're acting like a piece of shit, or you're acting like an entitled bitch. Those words are related to the name Karen now, but yeah, just stop naming people and just, be decent, I guess. I don't know, just be decent. It doesn't take too long. So good news. Oh no, wait. This is kind of confusingly good news, because in 2 days the bus services, interprovincial bus services, are going to begin operating again at 26 routes with 26 routes in total, 75% passenger capacity per trip to comply with COVID-19 control measures. Tickets can now be booked, except that imagine if there are busloads of people who are coming into who are arriving at different stations, all COVID infected. That's not going to be fun, is it? But yeah, like all in the name of economic turnaround. Go for it. Let's see what actually. I hope things get better. I really do. I just don't want people getting sick and people dying. My personal experience with the vaccine jabs was that I got really sick for 4 or 5 days after the first jab, and was I felt like shit. The second one was not so bad. Um, so so yeah, I mean, I and obviously, you know, what is a vaccine? What is a jab? Basically, it's, you know, kind of the allowing the virus to, you know, go through your veins, and that's a huge problem. But you know, I got sick, but I got better, right? I would not want anybody to actually go through what I went through. But the vaccination is basically just a way to do that. In terms of, like, you know, getting vaccinated, giving yourself a little bit of the virus to, you know, be immune to it, that'll be good. That is good. But, like, you know, opening things up like this and then expecting every single thing is going to be okay is literally very, very scary as a concept. And I really hope people think logically before they go. I hope everybody gets properly checked. I hope people are not lying about their vaccinations. And, you know, it would be fine. But I don't need to really, you know, say it that what was I gonna say? Shit. Got distracted, sorry. I got distracted. Damn it, my friends. Give me a second. But anyways, yeah, I hope people don't lie about this shit. And if they travel safely, well and good. But this is what I was about to say. I don't trust people as much as, you know, people feel they can. It's very difficult for me to trust people's actions based on, like, idiots, like American tourists coming in from all the way from America for a vacation in Phuket Sandbox, and then he's fucking taking a kayak all the way up to a far off island in the middle of a massive monsoon season happening here. You can't fucking trust people. So I don't trust people traveling intercity as well, interprovincial as well. But if that's happening, that's happening, and let's see how everything goes. Excuse me. So, on a good news situation, we have the Paralympic Games that are happening in Tokyo 2020. A wheelchair racer, Pongsakon Payo, he has won Thailand's first gold medal. That is awesome. So what was I doing on Sunday? Well, I interviewed Michelle, and I had a good time. I cooked, I chilled out in my house. What this guy did on Sunday was win a fucking gold medal in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Paralympics, but regardless. That's pretty awesome, man. Congratulations. His gold-winning effort also broke the previous record of 46.82 seconds. Nice. Good for you, man. Blah blah. Thailand is 34th on the medals table, with 1 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze medals. That is awesome. And now, obviously, somebody's really angry about why they are late with the news. It doesn't matter, dude. Chill the fuck out, man. Thailand is also allowing local flights, by the way, so that'll be fun. That'll be entertaining to see what happens. I'm not traveling. If I'm traveling, I'm taking my car and I'm doing a road trip. That's what I'm doing if I'm traveling interprovincial. But yeah, expects to have 140 million doses of vaccines this year, which is what we were talking about earlier. Thailand started its mass vaccination drive in June, but so far only about 11% of its more than 66 million population have been fully vaccinated. Yep. So there's that. It's not the domestic flights that will bring the money in. If I find a good fight, try to talk sense into people, man. It's not gonna happen. Not entirely true. If my girlfriend can't fly to Phuket from Bangkok, I can't fly from New York. So you're bringing the money in, I see. Okay, but then almost the whole population will be vaccinated for New Year. That's great information. Find it hard to believe though. However, if this is true, not, then we will have a better life to look forward to. I can smell the richness. How wealthy are you? Okay. Well, that's enough. Other than that, Bangkok Airways. Yeah, this is actually signs of improving COVID-19 situation in Thailand. And what they're actually talking about, the first paragraph says, it's improving with the rate of daily new infections steadily slowing and more patients recovering at an average of 20,000 cases a day for the past 3 weeks and surpassing new infections for the past 10 days. Although the daily new infection rate remains high due to the rapidly spreading Delta variant, he is optimistic that the rate of infections will continue to decline. No, it's not, sir. It is not going to just continually decline. It's not fucking magic, you. Ugh. Anyways, the last news of the day was what? Bangkok Airways uncovers cyber attack on customers' personal data. This is pretty scary actually, because Bangkok fucked up. Bangkok Airways fucked up. Let me preface this by saying they have not really employed a good customer service person for a very long time, almost 2 years now. The same thing happens with Lion Air, Thai Lion Air, almost Nok Airways, almost all the local airlines. They've all had very shit customer service agents recently, and because of that, you can hardly freaking even contact them. For a huge time, for a long period of time, there were people who were calling in, including me, and they were only automatic customer services. In fact, let's do this one thing. Let's call them and see what happens. Bangkok Airways phone number. Let's see what happens. I mean, if somebody picks up, I'll shut the phone. I mean, I don't care, but let's just see what happens. 1711, is that it? 1771. I'll put this on speakerphone. Let's see what happens.
สวัสดีครับขอต้อนรับสู่ Bangkok Airways Call Center ภาษาไทยกด1หรือท่านสามารถรอที่นั่งได้ที่ worldwideweb.bangkokair.com. Welcome to Bangkok Airways Call Center. For English, please press 9, or you may visit our website at worldwideweb.bangkokair.com.
Okay, so Bangkok Airways has actually changed their thing. So and probably because these new openings. Because when I used to call back in the day, they used to just go straight to a voice recording that said, "Just call, don't call us, email us." And when you email them, they would never respond. There was not the option of press 9 for English or whatever. But yeah, I'm glad things have changed. Going back to this, they had a cyber attack where customers' personal data may have been compromised. This is pretty bad. It was discovered on August 23rd, and initial investigation confirmed that some data, blah blah, adding that the breach did not affect the company's operational and aeronautical security systems. We don't fucking care about that. We care about our data, dude. The airline said that it is investigating to verify the compromised data, blah blah. Bangkok Airways is recommending that passengers contact their bank and credit card provider, follow their advice, and change any compromised passwords as soon as possible. Passengers who believe they may have been affected can contact the company via the email, that email address. So if there's anybody who thinks there's a public service announcement, get your shit together and call these people. Oops, I received the email from Bangkok Airways on Saturday. It was not good to hear. It's recommending that passengers contact their bank, adding that, yeah. I hope they fire the IT director. It's hard to believe that in 2021, customer data is not stored encrypted. True, it just keeps happening, be it large corporations and corporations like Yahoo or smaller outfits. And Bangkok Airways will accept full responsibility on any losses. That is a good question. That's the first thing I thought of, but I don't think they're going to be. My bank canceled my credit card over a similar issue. Also, a company located in Thailand took a month to have a new one sent to Thailand. It's very annoying. Not true. Encryption doesn't matter once a hacker gains internal access. Okay, we're just going technical, screw that. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you Phuket News, thank you ASEAN Now, and thank you NBT World for your help in giving different news to me so that I could share the news on my stream. That's about it, man. This was the show. What was it? What is it? Is it the sorry for the quietness. Episode 48, Karens in Monday News. This was fun. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know for a fact that people watch me every day, even if it's just a few. I appreciate just a few. And I would love it if you either subscribe or like or comment, either live or after. Up to you. But I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I will be looking into having more people around to have a chat. I have my friend Robert. Robert, if you're watching, this is an invitation. You can't back out. Next weekend, you're coming here and we're doing a stream together. Robert is a pretty cool guy, and there's some stuff that I want to talk to him about. It'll be good to have him here. He's entertaining. He has the very thick Canadian accent that sometimes I can't understand, but that's okay. I have a very thick American/Pakistani accent in English that sometimes he can't understand. It might be a good chat. You can come in and ask him some questions, bug him, tell him he's old, whatever you want, people. So that's about it. Thank you so much, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow.